Hello and welcome. I'm sitting here in our house, which is situated between the village of Gorchin and the town of Tubbercurry in County Sligo. Today we focus on Tubbercurry, a town that Mrs. Old Hiking Geezer and I have fallen in love with and call our hometown. So why not join us as we show you around, chat about its history and introduce you to its many attractions, and at the end we'll meet one of its colourful characters. So let's go, onwards and upwards. The first written reference to Tubbercurry is regarding a battle between the O'Connors of County Roscommon and the O'Connors of County Sligo, which was fought in the town. 1397 is the year used as the birth of the town, although it's probably much older. So where in Ireland is Tubbercurry? Tubbercurry lies on the intersection of two roads, the N17 and the R294. The N17 National Road connects Galway with Sligo and was made famous in a song by the Saw Doctors. The R294 Regional Road connects Boyle in County Roscommon to Ballina in County Mayo. The town nestles in the foothills of the Ox Mountains and is 30 kilometres southwest of Sligo town and a 20-minute drive from West of Ireland Airport, also known as Knock Airport. The urban area is only 1.75 square kilometres and the population is 2,307 according to the 2022 figures. This sounds tiny, but it makes Tubbercurry the second largest town in County Sligo, only beaten by Sligo itself. Outside of the urban area there are many small villages, hamlets, standalone houses and farms where people call Tubbercurry their hub. The town is centred on Wolftown Square, named after an 18th century exponent of Irish independence. Running southwest is the main shopping street, Teeling Street, named after another 18th century revolutionary nationalist. Notice a trend starting? And running northeast from the square is Humbert Street, which contains the library, town offices, etc., named after an 18th century French general who took part in the Expedition d'Irlande in 1796. But enough of maps, this is what they look like in real life. This is Teeling Street from Wolftown Square. And looking northeast across Wolftown Square we see Humbert Street disappearing into the distance. Tubbercurry has a mix of modern, older and traditional dwellings. And here on Fire Station View you can see a contrast between the old and the new. Getting to Tubbercurry as a tourist is quite straightforward. There are many flights into West of Ireland Knock Airport, mostly from the UK. You can travel from the airport to Tubbercurry on the number 64 bus. It's called a bus, but it's really a coach, so there's no problems with luggage space. Many tourists hire a car, and to explore the west of Ireland is really essential. A couple of things to note. 1. Ireland drives on the left like the UK and some other countries. And 2. Distances are in kilometres and speeds are in kilometres per hour, unlike the UK. American tourists should note that you will be issued with a manual transmission car unless you specifically request an automatic. Accommodation for the tourist is varied and plentiful in the town. Right in the middle of Teeling Street is Murphy's Hotel, and on Wolftown Square you will find Cawley's Guest House. Scattered around are other guest houses and Airbnbs. You really need to hit the internet. Tubbercurry has a vibrant shopping area on Teeling Street. The thing I noticed first after moving here is that most people working in the shops instantly remember your name. This is a skill I never mastered in over 30 years in retail. This is a small selection of some of the excellent shops on Teeling Street. First, the largest supermarket, or at least until Lidl open on Circular Road, SuperValu, which incorporates an en-post post office. In competition with SuperValu is Eurospar, which is best. Well, it's personal choice really. Gillespie's is a fantastic sports, menswear and gift shop. Barry's is one of two pharmacies, the other one being Brett's. And if it's an animal that needs fixing, Kilcoyne and Barnes is a great veterinary practice. And here we see Vincent's. Vincent's is the only charity shop in Tubbercurry. We also have Autoline Motor Factors, Malarkey's for furniture and electrical needs, and Rochford Gallagher & Co for your legal requirements. And this is one of at least 4 places that you can fuel your vehicle. Additionally, there are 2 EV charge points on Wolftone Square. Many of you will have heard of the Irish potato famine that lasted from 1845 until 1852, with 1847 being the worst year. The south and west of Ireland were the worst hit, and Tubbercurry, being in the west, suffered severely. To understand the severity, you need to know that Ireland's population just before the famine was 8.5 million, and in 1901 it was down to 4.4 million. Many places in Ireland have famine cemeteries containing mass graves, and Tubbercurry is no exception. Not all of the population drop was caused by people starving to death. 2.1 million Irish emigrated. That's 25 out of every 100 people. They were the lucky ones if they survived the journey. Back home, 1 million people died. That's 12 out of every 100 people. It's hard to imagine these figures. So what caused it? There are too many factors to cover in this video, but a quick list is as follows. 1. The main reason. Potato blight running wild across Europe. 2. The British Whig government's laissez-faire economic attitude. 3. The government insisting that large quantities of food were still exported instead of being used to feed the Irish population. 4. Some in power believing in divine providence and also believing that the Irish lacked moral fibre. And 5. The extremely rich absentee landlords evicted many tenants, making the situation far worse. I'm British, but I'll tell you this for nothing. I'm certainly not proud of what happened then. I know I had nothing to do with it, but to think that my countrymen did this to the Irish population, it's beyond belief. How can one group of people inflict this type of pain on another? I'm glad these cemeteries are well maintained and are open to the public. It means that these poor souls will never ever be forgotten. Difficult to know where the graves are where you're treading. In memory of all those who are buried here. Well, there we go, that's the Tubbercurry Famine graveyard, and I think it's time to leave because it's making me feel very sad. On the 30th of September 1920, during the War of Independence, a band of IRA volunteers ambushed a Royal Irish Constabulary convoy heading from Sligo to Tubbercurry via Ballymote. The attack occurred at Chaffpool. One member of the RIC was killed and 2 were seriously injured but survived. The notorious Black and Tans were stationed in Teeling Street. When they heard of the death, they promised retribution, and after stealing alcohol, they started drunkenly smashing up the town, firing their guns at homes occupied by known nationalists. The Black and Tans looted pubs and tried to goad Sinn Féiners into fighting. Many residents fled to the countryside in fear, but a few stayed to defend homes and fight fires. Many homes were looted by these British government-empowered thugs. One building, now occupied by the Sligo Credit Union on Wolftown Square, was burned to the ground. Other buildings, sadly lacking photographs, were badly damaged, including Malarkey's, now SuperValue, Gallagher's, now Barry's Pharmacy, and Armstrong's, now the OC Bar. Tubbercurry isn't served by the railway, but this wasn't always the case. A railway station was opened in October 1895 as part of the route between Sligo and Claremorris. The station was built at the western end of the town at what is now the junction of Circular Road and Ballina Road, with a level crossing across the Ballina Road. Although the level crossing has been taken away and a number of station buildings have been either partially or completely demolished, there is still plenty to see. The platforms, water tower and passenger shelter are there or partly there. The station closed to passengers on the 17th of June 1963 and to freight on the 3rd of November 1975. But all may not be lost. There is pressure on the government and Ian Rod Aaron to reopen the line. And there's an alternative plan to turn it into a greenway, which is effectively a public footpath using the route of the railway. One of Tubbercurry's happier claims to fame is that it was, along with a few other places, used as a location for Sally Rooney's TV drama Normal People. You are spoilt for choice when it comes to eating and drinking in Tubbercurry. There's plenty of takeaway establishments selling pizzas, kebabs, burgers, Chinese and Indian food. But for the moment, let's look at some cafes, restaurants and pubs. We start with Benjamin's, a coffee shop and cafe on the corner of Wolftown Square and the Lane. On Teeling Street at Wolftown End we find Jenny's Cafe, again coffee and food served. The new Jewel in the Crown has to be the best Indian restaurant in the town, partly because it's the only Indian restaurant in Tubbercurry, ironic given the name of the town, but mainly because their food is excellent. Please note they do not have a drinks licence and charge corkage. Another place to find good food is Murphy's Hotel, and they are licensed. And the last of our restaurants is Corley's. I've got to give them a plug. They treated my wife like a queen on her birthday, and the food was excellent, and of course they are licensed. And now we go over to the pubs. We start with the OC Bar. It's a lovely little pub on Wolftown Square. And staying on Wolftown Square, the next one is the May Queen, famous for its music events. More of that later. And now to Teeling Street, where next to Jenny's Cafe we find Foley's Bar, a traditional Irish pub. There aren't any bad pubs in Tubbercurry, but everybody has their favourites, and this is mine. On the corner of Mountain Road and Teeling Street, Mickey Mac's. And now we look at some of Tubbercurry's amenities, starting with the fire station. To call emergency services in Ireland, use 112 or 999. This is the health centre. I received fantastic aftercare here from Elaine, a physiotherapist, after my knee injury. Here we see the town hall. Please don't ask me to pronounce the name of the building. My Irish just isn't good enough yet. Every source tells me it means Leinster House. I don't know if that's right. The town hall incorporates a library, and in the library you will find another poignant reminder of the famine. Also housed in the building are local government offices like motor tax and Citizens Information, which is the Irish equivalent of the British Citizens Advice Bureau. This engraving shows the English translation of the original Irish name of the town, Well of the Rock. Next door is the tourist information. Beware, the opening hours are limited. If you walk around the side of the building towards the car park, you meet this wonderful mural. Each Chugtadola member of the Dáil Éireann seems to have a local office. This is the Family Resource Centre, where people can go to get help like parenting support, adult support, tenancy support, parent and toddler groups, etc. St Bridget's Hall is a community hub and is involved in many, if not all, of Tubbercurry's festivals, including being used as a theatre for the Western Drama Festival. There are two main churches in the town. This is the Anglican Church St George's on Church Street, and this stunning building is the Catholic Church of St John the Evangelist on Emmett Street. Another aspect of Irish life, which to some is like a religion, is the two Irish sports played in Tubbercurry at Kilcoyne Park. These are Gaelic football, which I happen to have fallen in love with, and hurling, which I'm still to see. Every St Patrick's Day, towns and villages across Ireland have parades. Not Tubbercurry though. They have a 5 and 10 kilometre road race. The race is open to all ages, and I was going to have a go at the 5k one, but I suffered a severe knee injury and couldn't take part. Full details of my accident are on our Knocknaray video. But there's only one place to finish celebrating St Patrick's Day, in the pub. In this case, in Mickey Mac's. Every year in July, the South Sligo Summer School holds a wonderful music festival. The festival's an explosion of music, song and dance. Excluding concerts and tutorials, events are free. Free events can be in the open air, like this one. Or in pubs like this one in the May Queen. This was a paid concert in the back of the May Queen. €10, but worth every cent. Irish traditional dancing is just so skillful. Every August, Tubbercurry Old Fair Day takes place. At the fair, people display their animals, show off their collections of memorabilia, demonstrate their skills in old arts and crafts, and of course try to sell you things. The atmosphere is fantastic and everyone is so friendly. While you're saying, I should mention another festival which takes place in March. It's the Western Drama Festival. I've no footage as I haven't seen it yet, but I plan to this year. So what things can we see in the town and surrounding area? Well, there's too many to mention them all, but we'll have a go at showing you a few. Firstly, one of our favourites, the Tubbercurry Trail. The trail was the subject of the first ever Old Hiking Geezer video. This forest walk is reasonably flat and on well maintained paths, so it should be suitable for most people, even the less fit ones. But if you're feeling really energetic, there's a Saturday morning park run. But Gabby and I like to stroll and take in the nature and scenery. A new footpath takes you up Mucklesey Hill, which is just outside of the town. It starts as a gentle climb, but the last bit is quite steep. The views are great. Check out our video. The Ballymote Heritage Trail is well worth reserving an afternoon for. It takes you past a memorial to Brother Walfrid, a local who went to Scotland and formed Glasgow Celtic FC. And it also gives you fantastic views of Ballymote Castle. Knocknashee is another lovely hill with fantastic views. Also known as the Hill of the Fairies, the flattish top has earthworks, cairns and evidence of an Iron Age fortification. It is thought it may have been the capital of O'Connell. Not Sligo this time, but County Mayo. This is Ballina, a lovely little town. And if you're really into antiquities, try Carramore, a megalithic cemetery. And this is the county town. This is Sligo, a beautiful town when the sun's shining. Mind you, it's beautiful at all times. Outside of County Sligo again, this time we're in County Leitrim. This is the town of Carrick-on-Shannon. It's an absolutely beautiful little town. The west coast of Ireland is world famous. The Orcras Coastal Walk affords stunning views and in good weather is reasonably effortless. I wouldn't, however, like to try it in adverse conditions. We luckily had good weather when filming our video. So there we go, a quick look at Tubbercurry. Why should you visit? Well, if you live in another part of Ireland or another country entirely, this lovely friendly town is a great base for experiencing the incredible beautiful northwest of Ireland and the western part of Ireland's heartland. You can soak up the scenery, nature, history and traditions of this area. It's grand. Just come and say hello. Just don't ever say top of the morning. Well, we hope you've enjoyed our little video. Please like, subscribe and leave a comment, as all this helps the channel grow. Please check out our other videos as they are varied. So if you aren't keen on the first one that you come across, give another a chance. One last request. At the time of publishing, we receive no income from YouTube, so all running costs come out of our own pockets. If you feel able, please donate using Buy Me a Coffee. The link's in the description. We use very basic equipment, and if everybody just donated the minimum, we would soon be able to upgrade. We'll say goodbye now, but this time we'll leave the last words to one of Tubbercurry's characters, Una McCormack, the proprietor of the shoe clinic on Teeling Street. Onwards and upwards.
I started playing music back in 1975. We got a band together in 75 and two of us played together for 30 years. We had two different drummers in between and we played around Sligo, Leitrim, Donegal, Roscommon, Mayo, all over the country. And it was lovely. I enjoyed it.
What was the band called?
We started off with a band called Quest. And then we went to Bonanza.
It would be absolutely brilliant if you could give us your favourite song.
Well, my favourite song is, it's called Make the World Go Away. And it's only a short little song. I'll do a little bit for you. make the world go away, and get it off my shoulders. Say the things you used to say, and make the world go away. Now, madam.
Thank you. That's
brilliant.
lovely.
Wish I could sing
Thank you
like
very much.
Ah,
I'm not even that good in the bath.
No more today.
oh, it's lovely. Thank you so
You're
much.
quite welcome. Thank you very much.